I fought really hard about what China actually changed in my life and like why it changed it for the better. As you can see, heaven looks like the best decision. Yo guys, what is up? I hope you're all doing great. I am doing pretty great this morning. I'm in a very good mood, as you can probably tell. I am on my way to Sam, which is a bagel place. I mean, it's not a bagel place, it's like a restaurant, but it's my bagel place. It's basically where I get my bagels. I decided to celebrate with a little bagel because I just realized this morning that my book became the #1 new release in categories Shanghai travel guides and general books about Asia on Amazon. So obviously I'm really happy. It's a nice little win to celebrate, so I'm gonna celebrate it with a bagel. And by the way, I'm by the river in Warsaw. As you can see, the riverside in Warsaw is pretty wild, although we're still in like the middle of the city. It looks kind of wild. I've been just thinking how funny it is that like sometimes things that you don't expect to be good for you become like the greatest things in your life. You know, it's kind of funny to think about now because when I first moved to China, I didn't expect it to be a good experience. And now when I think about it, I know that moving to China was probably like the best decision I ever made in my life. Not only because I ended up having a great time, meeting amazing people and, you know, living so many adventures, like that was amazing in itself, but China resulted in so many different things afterwards, like my book, for example. I was able to experience so much, to write a whole book about it, and it makes me so happy when I'm getting positive feedback from you guys, when you send me messages saying that you enjoyed my book. It honestly, like, it means the freaking word to me. And I know that like all like YouTubers and people always say that online, right? But I mean, it's kind of true. When you create something, when you spend so much time working on something like you do when you work on a book, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. Yeah, you obviously really do appreciate when people enjoy it. I honestly really do think that if I wouldn't move to China, my life would look very different now, and I honestly made like the best freaking decision going there. Okay, let's go home and eat my bagels, and I'm gonna show you something funny. Look at my breakfast creation. Why do bagels always look so good? When I first went to China, I thought it was the worst decision of my life. It took a while for me to find out that it was in fact the best decision I have ever made. One of the very first things that I wrote in my diary right after coming to China, I think I was there for like 3 days at this point, was I really don't like it here, and I think it was the worst decision ever. And it was really important for me to show you this whole process. For me, this whole experience of moving to China and this process I went through, from being unhappy to, you know, struggling and being challenged, to overcoming the challenge and eventually living the best adventure of my life and really like changing my life and so much about myself. I really thought that this was an important message. Like, this was the message that I wanted to share through my book, because I think often in life you need to get through the challenging part to get to the good part. And for me, it was China, but for you, it can be something else really. It can be, you know, moving to a new city, starting university, getting that new job, or, you know, starting a business. Yeah, it was just like a really important message that I wanted to share with people, and who knows, maybe it will help someone. I hope so. So after I had my bagel, I came home. No, I came home first and then I had my bagel. I thought really hard about what China actually changed in my life and like why it changed it for the better. I came up with 3 main points, and I'm gonna tell them to you right now, if I can still remember them, because I forgot to write them down. And also I came here because I thought it would be a nice background. I know I'm a little shiny here, but that freaking golden glow. I cannot pass on that. Obviously, moving to China is freaking hard, and I struggled a lot in the very beginning. I mean, I just made a video called China Made Me Miserable, and yes, it is a little clickbaity, but in the beginning I was really miserable because it was just freaking difficult. Let's be honest. Let's be freaking honest. Moving to a foreign country, especially when you move to a foreign country that is so different to where you grew up. So after I actually survived that time in China and I had a freaking blast, I had a great time. I knew at this very young age already, I knew that I can survive it all, that I can move anywhere in the world and I will be fine. And not only fine, I'll probably have a great time and I'll probably meet amazing people. And yeah, after China, I moved to Thailand, then France, Poland now. I mean, I am originally Polish, but I didn't grow up in Poland. So China really resulted in many other moves for me. Filming outside. Number two is that China made me much more open-minded person. It made me realize that people are just people, and we really have more in common than we have not in common. I said it very nicely in my book. Now I don't remember what I said. That's the thing about writing, right? It like allows you to sound a little smarter than you actually are. At the end of the day, we're all just people. We all want to be loved. We all want to have friends. We all want to laugh and hang out and work less and have more money. And you know, it doesn't matter if you're European or if you're Chinese, if you're Polish or if you're from Iran. China made me realize that the lifestyle that I want to live is possible and that there are other people living that life. Okay, so let me explain, because I know this point might be a little complicated. I've never dreamed about like owning a house or owning a car or like settling down somewhere. I always, since I was literally a kid, since I remember, before I knew how, I always knew that I just want to do like different stuff, that I want to travel as much as possible. I want to meet different people and like do cool creative stuff. I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah, I just always wanted to have a life that is as far from normal as possible. I always wanted to try living in multiple different countries and living as many adventures as possible. The thing about China is that not everyone would decide to move to China. You need to be a certain kind of person to want that, and most of the time, I'm not saying always, but most of the time it means that you are a very like adventurous person that wants to live a similar lifestyle that I aspire to, meaning just basically like traveling, and not only traveling, because I feel like traveling is one thing and like living in different countries and moving around, that's another thing. Okay, so I feel like maybe this last point doesn't necessarily make sense. If it doesn't make sense, or it does make sense to me, but I'm not sure if I'm like explaining myself correctly. But in case it doesn't make sense, let me just say that an amazing thing about China is that I met so many incredible people. And a lot of these people are not in my life anymore. A lot of them still are. A lot of them are still my good friends until this day. But some are not. But the thing is, like, you know, I kind of do believe that people come to your life for a reason, and some people are just meant to stay for a chapter or something. I know it sounds, but it's true. It was really good for me to meet people who are also aspiring or doing less conventional things in life, who were like, you know, just really going for the things that they want in life and like following their dreams and not necessarily doing what like society or their family is expecting of them. The reason why I started YouTube is because a friend of mine in China introduced me to YouTube. Before I came to China, I've never even watched YouTube, and yeah, a friend of mine showed me my first morning routine and I was like, what the F is this? This is so weird. Who would want to watch this? Fast forward 5 years later, I'm sitting on the street talking to myself. And by the way, if you're interested in getting my book, it's available on Amazon. I will link it down below. It's available both as an ebook or paperback. Check it out if you want to hear more about this life-changing experience. And if you want to, you know, listen to me, not listen to me, read to me, a little smarter than I am on the internet. I mean, it's much easier to be smarter when you're like sitting down and writing and you actually have time to think and you're not just like walking around the city trying to, you know, get the right angle and also trying to casually get the sunset behind you. I am back home and I thought that maybe I'll go and work out now, but no, I'm gonna eat now. I've ordered myself some Korean food because I'm a low-key addicted to Korean food. The addiction has been going very strong for the past year and it's not going anywhere. And I'm pretty much just eating one dish. Like, I swear to God, it's basically tofu with rice and all kinds of side dishes. If this doesn't look like heaven to you, then I don't know what heaven looks like to you.